Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. In today's video we're going to be continuing with touring different projects that are available in Cap Cana, and today we're going to be talking about Vista Golf, which is actually going to be ready for delivery this year. So stay tuned and let's go check the project out. Vista Golf is located right on hole number 8 of the Las Iguanas Golf Course in Cap Cana, a brand new course that is currently under construction. And what I love about this location is that you're only about half a mile from Juanillo Beach, so you're close to the beach but still surrounded by greenery and golf views. It's also a very central spot within Juanillo, and the project is positioned so that every apartment will have a direct view of the golf course. It's one of those locations that works for lifestyle, rentals, and long-term value. And guys, before we continue with checking out the rest of the project, I wanted to first take you through this model apartment that they have, which is something that is actually not very common in the Dominican Republic overall, but thankfully is starting to become a thing. Finally, people are doing model apartments, so you can actually see what you're getting in a new project, right? So this is a model apartment that they've built. So of course, if you're interested in getting a unit in Vista Golf, you can always come here, walk through the model apartment and see exactly what you'll be getting. So guys, as soon as we walk in over here to the right hand side, we actually have the kitchen area, which is L-shaped. It is very worth mentioning and important to know that in all of these model units that in general are present sometimes in projects, you have to understand that the furniture does not come included, and not this exact one especially. So they of course do the presentation, they furnish it fully so you get an idea what you could potentially do with your unit, but this does not come included with the very unit in most cases, as I just mentioned. So the kitchen again is right here behind me. This is how it's going to come. Also important to mention that in Vista Golf, they do not include the electrical appliances in the prices of the apartments. However, they're working on preparing a package with furniture and electrical appliances, so that's something you can get from them and they can have it installed for you. But as of right now, they just basically leave the empty spaces and what we call in the Dominican Republic pre-installation. So you can basically just buy the appliances and of course hook them up in their set places. However, what does come included, of course, are kitchen cabinets, countertops, sink, right? So all of that is included. You do, however, have to buy your electrical appliances in Vista Golf. That's not the case in every project in Cap Cana. Actually, most of them do include electrical appliances, but in Vista Golf, that is not the case. However, Vista Golf has very attractive pricing. It is very important to mention that in Vista Golf, which will be delivering this year, we have 2-bedroom apartments starting at $365,000, which is very rare in Cap Cana to find a condo, new construction with a tax exemption under $400,000 delivering soon. It's practically impossible nowadays. So this is still a very good opportunity for all of you looking for something under $400,000. And guys, before we head to the other sections of the apartments, I wanted to mention how we do have soft close also in the kitchen. So all of this is very well done, and overall the finishes do look very nice in the kitchen. And again, all of this does come included here. Now, continuing down this section. So actually, no, before we do that, I did mention a second ago that these are 2-bedroom condos, right? However, when we do the tour of the condo, you will notice that we only really have one enclosed bedroom in this model apartment. Now, why that is, and I think I spoke about this in one of my previous videos, is that in Cap Cana, when you buy land as a developer from Cap Cana, you have a limited density, a limited number of bedrooms you can build, right? So to kind of go around that, developers here usually in their projects put that they are building a 1-bedroom plus a family room, and this family room is unofficially the 2nd bedroom. This is why in a lot of the price lists that you see online, you always see that family or lounge, and there's a couple of names for it. But this is basically why they do it, to kind of go around that limited number of bedrooms that they can do. However, what they would do here for you, if you don't want to have the family room, but rather a full bedroom, what they do is essentially they would just close this off. So the wall will go through here and over here. So this would be a closed off bedroom, of course, with the bed or whatever you decide to put inside. But that would be a closed bedroom here. And here to the left, this bathroom would stay accessible from the living room and also from the bedroom itself, because this way it can also serve as a guest bathroom, but they would, however, install a full shower inside as well. So it would be a full bathroom. So guys, once again, if you do not wish to have this as an enclosed second bedroom, you can just leave it as is and use it as a family room and have this open space kind of all together. And of course, if not, you could essentially just have them, the developer, close this off for you, convert this bathroom into a full bathroom with a shower as well, and of course use it as a full second bedroom with a full second bathroom. And now, continuing from this area, we're gonna go to the living room and see how they have that set up in this apartment. So essentially, all of this space here would be the living room. Now, of course, because this is a model apartment, they've put a lot of decorative elements into it. All of this cabinetry as well. This does not come included. So normally, in every condo project that you purchase in Cap Cana, you would essentially just get this color of a wall usually, so beige or white walls. And of course the electrical plugs and everything, but all of this is up to you, either yourself with an interior designer or by buying a furniture package from the developer, and this is how you would get all these decorative elements in most cases, right? But that's something that you decide post-delivery. So once again, we're now in the living room of the apartment that does seamlessly integrate with the kitchen and the dining area over here. As far as the square footage of the condo, and most of them in this project in Vista Golf actually have about 1,076 square feet of interior space. So all of this that you're seeing now is roughly 1,076 square feet of interior space, right? So then moving on from this area, which actually does connect to the balcony we're gonna see in a moment, we can go over here to check out the master bedroom of the apartment, right? So as soon as we walk in here, we have a queen size bed displayed over here. You could go with a slightly larger bed, but I wouldn't go too crazy with that because you do want to leave some space, of course, next to it. But it does definitely seem like it could fit a slightly larger bed as well. Of course, here they do leave the pre-installation for the electrical plug, so you can put a nice size TV over here also. And you do have closet space here too, right? So they do install the closet space. Also, however, very important that in a lot of new projects in Cap Cana, the closet, the shelves inside, that is normally not included in most projects. Not all, but most of them do not. So that's also something you would have to have basically finished and completed with your interior designer or yourself, or depending how you want to go about it, or again, as part of the furniture package. And continuing over here, entering the master bathroom, where we actually do have double vanities over here. And we do have a shower and also, of course, the toilet. And guys, continuing with the tour of the condo, now we're exiting to the balcony. Now I wanted to mention that the model unit is actually located on the ground floor. And these condos are a bit different because unlike other floors, essentially here we do have, of course, extra patio because it's the ground floor. And on top of that, we do have a jacuzzi that is included in the price. So the apartment does come with a jacuzzi on the ground floor levels and also on the penthouse level. However, the penthouse level has been fully sold out and there is still, I believe, one unit available on the ground floor that you can get with the jacuzzi included. So on top of the jacuzzi being included, something very unique to Vista Golf, the project itself, is that every single apartment on every single floor does come with this whole barbecue area built in, right? So this is included in the price, and actually the barbecue itself is included in the price as well. So it does come with a small sink installed, included again, and the barbecue over here. And you can find this installation in every single apartment, ground level, second, third, fourth, and even the penthouse level as well. So guys, just to go over the sizes of the condos once again, interior size 1,076 square feet approximately, and then the balcony size in most condos, now not including of course the rooftop of the penthouses, on the higher floors the balcony would end over here. So this is where you would have essentially the ending of the balcony, and the size of the balcony itself is roughly 140 square feet. So you do have quite some space. It does feel spacious, so you can put an outdoor table, dining table, and of course you have that neat barbecue area that's included. But of course on ground floor levels, we do have an extended version of that. So we do actually have the staircase to go down. We do have this included as well, the jacuzzi, and of course a certain area of patio, now depending on the exact unit you choose. But you would have this little patio here as well, and the divisions between apartments on the ground level would be essentially vegetation, as is most common in all the new projects in Cap Cana. Before we actually head up to the higher floors and take a look at the view from there, I wanted to go over the entire project with you guys over here. So here we can see the whole project displayed. In total, we do have 96 units here, so 96 apartments in total in Vista Golf. And we do have quite some interesting amenities here as well. So essentially, this is going to be the double height main lobby, fully open space over here. So once you walk in from the back, you're going to have a lobby reception here. And then you can, of course, keep walking and, well, see the other amenities that the project essentially has. Right now, for reference purposes, we are standing in this unit over here. But again, we do have units in this building and in this building as well. They're identical, of course, but they do have a slightly different orientation. Also, very important to mention that every single unit in Vista Golf is facing the golf course and the amenities. So no unit is facing the back or any other building, right? Everything is facing the golf course, which is actually right here in front. We're gonna see that in a moment once we actually climb to the higher floors. Again, passing from the lobby here, we're greeted with the common areas. Something very unique is this construction over here that Vista Golf has. Here we're actually going to have a restaurant and a bar located right here. You can see the tables here. And in the back, we're actually going to have a gym and a co-working area. So these are the amenities for all the owners, residents, and of course, people renting here to use, available to use. Of course, then we have this very large pool over here that is again available for everybody. And on top of that, we do have a children's pool as well on this side. And we do have quite a few areas for children. So we have one on each side, one for each building, and we have another one, of course, within the kids' pool itself. On top of all these amenities, we have another lounge area here that is kind of connected to this main pool of the project. And last but not least, we even have a putting green within the project over here, right? So quite a lot of amenities on site, and pretty decent, honestly, with the size of the project. You do have quite a few amenities, including the restaurant and bar, which is not very common in a project of this size, but definitely very good to have. And guys, we are now inside of one of the condos that's being built on the 5th level of Vista Golf. So this is basically pretty much the inverted version of what we just saw. As soon as you walk in over here, you're going to have your L-shaped kitchen over here. And this is where you can kind of close off and have that second bedroom, close off or leave it open as a family room, right? So as soon as we head this way, this is where we would have the living room, and over here the TV. And then walking this way is where I wanted to show you how the golf course is actually going to look once completed. Now, just as a reminder that this is the second golf course in Cap Cana called Las Iguanas, and it is actually almost completed. So out of the 18 holes, we have 12 holes that are completed. So you can already play these initial holes. However, the ones that are still being worked on are the ones that are in front of Vista Golf and other projects as well in the area. So we're going to head over here so you guys can take a look. Essentially, I don't know how well you can actually grasp this, but all of this kind of shaved off land right in front of the project, all of this is hole 8 of the new golf course. Essentially, between this project here and the construction you see over there, which is another project, all of that is going to be the golf course, hole number 8. Then you see that little lake over there in the back. So that is actually what's separating the holes number 8 and number 7 of the golf course. So again, we have hole number 8 like this, and wrapping around the lake over there, we have hole number 7 of Las Iguanas, right? So once completed, of course, this is going to look completely different. But right now, I mean, I know it's a bit hard to imagine, but it's going to look absolutely stunning once this golf course is fully completed. And of course, on top of the golf course, from this condo and many other condos, you do have a view of the amenities of Vista Golf in general. So we do have the restaurant, the gym, and the co-working over there. And we have a part of that large pool that we saw moments ago located here right in front. And guys, something else I wanted to mention as well, just to get a better idea of how the golf course will look once done, we're now actually in the hallway that leads us to different apartments of Vista Golf. And in the back behind me, you can see that all of this shaved off land, which I think you can see a bit better here compared to the other holes. All of this over here is hole number 9 of the golf course, right? So it's absolutely huge. And this is one of the holes as well we're gonna have different projects on, right? So Vista Golf is not directly facing it, but we have different projects you can see in the back that are going to be built over there, facing directly the hole number 9 of the golf course. And guys, that was it for today's tour of Vista Golf, one of the few projects that's actually going to be delivering this year in Cap Cana. Just to remind you guys once again, we have different starting prices available here, mostly starting at $365,000 for 2-bedroom condo. However, if we go up to the 5th level, where that's the last level where I actually have availability, we're going to be looking at about $369,650 for, again, a 2-bedroom condo with beautiful golf course use. That's a pretty good deal, especially in the area of Cap Cana. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you do have any other questions or you would like me to cover a different project, make sure to drop a comment below and I'll be happy to do a tour for you guys in one of the next videos. As usual, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future videos. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.